take a minute. He's had his hair cut and he looks so smart. Don't ya? I've just eaten the fattest Chinese and I'm so stuffed. Sat with me Christmas mug. Because I'm like, when it comes to Christmas, I'm like Rose and Christmas is Jack. I don't ever let go, except I actually wouldn't. I'm not a dick. I keep trying, nothing's working. I'm going to apologise in advance because this video is not going to be very good, because I'd love to like insert pictures and stuff, but I don't know how, so you're just going to have to do without because I don't know how to do it. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be a highlights of 2017. This year has had so many highlights. I actually can't quite believe how good this year has been. Like, I'm pretty happy at the minute, so that's good, isn't it? Yeah, I literally filmed this entire video yesterday and it was awful. I sounded like I was talking at a funeral. I was so like, because I was so tired, so I thought, right, I'm feeling a little bit better today, let's just get it done, because it's the 29th of December and it's nearly the end of the year, so I figured I should probably get it done so it can be up before then. But I thought I would share my highlights with you. I'm gonna be honest, I absolutely hate New Year. I hate it so much. I don't really like going out and partying. It's just not my thing, so that's one thing I can't do. Well, I could do it, I just don't want to. And I also really don't, I don't like New Year. I hate January. It's the worst year of the month. December is my absolute favourite month of the year, and January is just so like depressing and it's just a nightmare and I just hate it. I'm not really looking forward to the new year, but hopefully once we get January out the way it'll be alright. True to that, I don't have any highlights from January because I don't remember much of it because I didn't do very much. I did a lot in February though, so let's get on with that. So my first highlight of February was meeting the Sidemen again and meeting them with Chelsea, Leah and Katie. Chelsea, Leah and Katie and I met at the Sidemen charity match in 2016 in Southampton, and since then we became friends. And yeah, and they'd always said how much they wanted to meet the Sidemen, and I had met them before and I was so determined to get them to meet them, and it was just so nice to see them meet them for the first time. Although Chelsea and I did go to the book tour in 2016 together, but it was still really nice to see them all meet them and stuff. And it's really nice that, you know, the boys actually do remember faces. Like, I mean, I have one of the most boring faces in the world and they still manage to recognise me, which is like mad. It's mad to me. But yeah, so that was really lovely. The boys are really lovely, and it was so good to spend time with Katie, Leah and Chelsea. So my next highlight for February was meeting Calix. It was the first time I'd met him, and he was one of the ones that I'd watched for the longest time before I met them. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been quite lucky and I've met quite a few YouTubers and other famous people that I really like, but it always means the longer you've waited. So like, I've waited a good few years to meet Calix and it finally happened, and it was amazing. And it was also really lovely to hang out with Cheryl, who I went with, obviously. And then my final highlight for February is probably my most favourite one. In my goals for 2017 video, I said that I really wanted to go to Old Trafford to see a football match. I didn't see a football match, but I did go to the stadium tour, and it was just incredible to go to the stadium and like just be there, because like you see it on telly and it's not the same as in person. Like, there's such a magical atmosphere, there's such an incredible atmosphere when you're there. And yeah, it was just a really lovely day. It was really tiring and a really long day, but it was incredible and I absolutely loved it. And I'm still working on getting to Old Trafford for a game, so if anyone has a spare ticket or wants to come with me, let me know. So moving on to May, my highlight of May was going to Greece with my mum. I have been to where we went twice before, and she had never been, because I went with like my auntie and my uncle. obviously we talk about it a lot because my sister has also been, but my mum never had, and we obviously meet people out there. I've forgotten to turn my lights on. Oh well, I can't be asked. Yeah, it was really nice to get her to meet the people that were there and to get her to see the places we'd been. I mean, there was one person that she couldn't meet, and that was Ernie, who was like a dad to my sister and I, because he passed away in 2014. But you know, she got to meet people that he knew, and we spoke about him and stuff. And yeah, it's such a shame that she never got to meet him, because he was just so incredible. So that was really, really lovely, and it was actually really nice to go away just me and my mum. We've never gone away just us two. Like, we've done days out and stuff, just us, but we've never done like a holiday just us, and it was just so lovely to spend some proper quality time with my mum, doing things that we wouldn't do if we were home. So that was really nice. June, my highlight was I met my internet friend Jordan. We have been friends for 5.5 years now, and we finally met in June of this year. She is from America, so she came all the way over to the UK, and it was just it was really nice to show her around London, because that's, you know, when people think of the UK, they think of London, and that's kind of where a lot of people want to go, and it is where she wanted to go. But it was also really nice to show her around like Cambridge and Peterborough too, which are two places quite close to where I live. So that was really nice. Because I live so close to London and it's so easy for me to get there, I definitely I'm not as much, I did a lot of tourism things when I was younger, like when we used to go to London for the day at the weekend with my family, but now if I go to London, it's usually for a concert or to go shopping or to meet a friend or whatever, or to go to like an event. So it was actually really nice to be a tourist again in London, because I do love London. So moving on to July, my highlight of July was going on holiday with my friend Jess, my best friend Jess. I took her back to Zante in Greece, where I'd been with my mum, because it's the first time I'd been on holiday without an adult, so to speak. Like, I'd been without my family because I'd been on school trips, but this time it was literally just me and my friend. And although we were 21 and 22 at the time, for me, it was, my anxiety was in the back of my mind. So I wanted to go somewhere that I knew that I felt comfortable, and so I knew what I could do there, and I knew that if I really needed someone, there would be people that I knew there who I could ask for help. And actually, do you know what? It was really, really lovely. Like, Jess and I have barely spent more than like 2 or 3 days together in a row, but we spent like 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks, and I don't know about her, but I didn't get sick of her. And actually, do you know what? I would 100% do it again. I'm a little bit gutted at the minute, because this time last year I had 2 holidays to look forward to, and now I don't have any. So if someone wants to take me on holiday, then let me know, because I'd be grateful. And by take me on holiday, I don't mean pay or anything. Like, I'm not a sponger. I just mean like, let me go in your suitcase, because I can't afford to pay for myself. Again, not much really happened in August. I did spend a lot of time I did a lot of walking in August and tried to do some more exercise and stuff. So I kind of just spent a lot of August walking and trying to build up my strength again, because with my chronic fatigues, it's sometimes you feel like you just can't walk and you almost have to learn to walk again. So that was quite fun. So yeah, in September there was Upload, and I went in 2016 and I really enjoyed it. And it was really nice in 2017, because I knew a lot more people like who were fans of the YouTubers who were there, but I also just, like, in 2016 I was fully prepared to go on my own. Like, I didn't know anyone and I just bought a ticket. But it was so nice this time, because although like I bought a ticket on my own, I knew of people going, so I could hang out with them. And like, I met up with Emma, who I actually met at Upload 2016, so that was really nice. I met up with Cheryl again, who I met Calix with. I also met up with Angel for the first time, and we became friends because of Deji, so that was quite cool. It was really nice to meet her. And then I also met I also saw Katie and Leah again, so that was really nice. I kind of wish it had been in better circumstances because Katie was in the medical room. Props to Zeka for coming to see her, by the way. Like, he totally didn't have to do that, and that was really, really sweet of him, so thanks for that, Josh. And I also met Chelsea, Maria, Rona, those three for the first time, and I really only knew Chelsea beforehand. Like, I knew of the other two, but I didn't really know them, and it was just so lovely to meet them all. They all made me feel so welcome, and honestly they're like some of my best friends now, and I only met them in September. And it was also really nice to see Emily again, and Ruth again, or Mummy Bez as you may know her. She has always been so sweet to me, and I am so grateful to her for always making me feel so welcome, so thank you. And I hope to see you all again soon. So in October, on the 18th, it's the only date I actually remember because it is my friend's birthday, and my friend is no longer here, so it's not a date I'm ever going to forget. But yeah, I met up with a girl called Demi Lee, who I had met on Facebook. A lot of my friends are internet friends. I literally only have one friend left from school, not including Molly, but obviously Molly passed away nearly 3 years ago. So anyway, so yeah, it was really nice to meet Demi. She lives so close. Like, she only lives sort of near-ish to I don't want to give her address away, but she lives sort of in the Peterborough direction. So super close, and yeah, it's just so lovely to meet her. Also in October, I won a competition to have breakfast with Danielle Pisa, and I got to take my friend Louise with me, who I met at the Little Mix Christmas dinner. So yeah, that was really exciting in October. Moving on to November, the first highlight was the breakfast with Danielle Pisa, because that was on the 2nd. So that was really lovely. It was so lovely to see Louise again, and I just found it so funny that we met when we had dinner with Little Mix, and now we were having breakfast with Danielle, and Danielle and Jade are like best friends, and yeah, it was just so lovely. And Danielle is so lovely. She is absolutely stunning. So yeah, that was so wonderful. The food was amazing once we could cut into the bread. But no, it was just so lovely. And we also got taken to the Tetzene store on Oxford Street, and we got to choose a piece from the Rita Ora collection to keep. So that was really lovely, and I absolutely loved the piece that I chose, so winning. The next highlight of November was Deji's book tour. Again, I went with Cheryl, and it was so good to see her again, and she was amazing that day, because I seem to forget that when I have tickets to like a signing or like an event that other people are going to be there, which is so silly because obviously people are going to be there, but I just forget. And when we got there, I was like, ugh. I felt so anxious, really anxious, because it was madness. And just before he came out to like start the signing, I spoke to a security guard, because I was like, there's no way I can queue in this, I'm going to have a panic attack. And she was like, yeah, just wait somewhere quietly, and then at the end, or go off and come back and we'll let you in, it's fine. And the staff could not do enough. Like, once he was out and he was meeting people, we were given like our own little section by the door, and just to like wait, and they just couldn't do enough. Like, I did get really lightheaded, and they got me some water and they made sure I was alright, and I cannot thank them enough. And obviously it was really nice to see Deji again, and his book is really good, so I really recommend that you get it and read it, even if you're not a fan of graphic novels, because they're like not my favourite, but I actually really enjoyed it. And my final highlight for November was Little Mix in Manchester. Funny story, I had bought a soundcheck ticket for Manchester, but I was convinced it was Nottingham, and then when the ticket arrived it said Manchester, so I was like, oh shit. But yeah, so I went to Manchester, and it was so lovely to see the girls again, to see them rock that stage and to just hear the new songs off the new album. And I love it so much. I love seeing those girls live, and I really need someone to come and see them with me next year, so let me know if you want to come. Like, I'll pay for your ticket, I don't care, I just want someone to come with me so I don't look like a lemon stood in the queue on my own. That's pretty much it. But yeah, no, it was actually even worth being stranded in Leeds for 4 hours for, because on my way home the trains stopped at like 1 AM and so I could only get to Leeds, so I was sat in Leeds train station, which in November it's so cold. I mean, train stations are so much colder anyway, but in winter, in the middle of the night, they were so cold, but it was still so worth it because I honestly had the best time, and it was so good to see Yaz again as well, who's one of my best friends from the Mix Up Squad, and she is just such an incredible person. I just adore her. So moving on to December, I have 2 highlights for December, and the first one is my birthday. I turned 23 on the 21st of December, and it was actually one of the best birthdays ever. Like, I'm not a massive fan of birthdays. I don't like celebrating. I don't like being the centre of attention. But it was actually really, really lovely. The incredible Emily Gear made me a beautiful, beautiful cake. I'll link her Instagram in the description so you can see the cake that she made, because it's absolutely gorgeous. She also gave me my first ever bunch of flowers. Like, it took me 23 years, I finally got some. And the cake was incredible. So good, like worth every single penny, and it was just so good. And it was also so lovely to have like friends and family come over and have some cake as well, and just low-key, because I'm not like I didn't want to party, but just nice to share the cake around because I just wanted everyone to try some because it's so good. And then my second and final highlight for December and this year was Christmas. Christmas is my absolute favourite day of the year. I just absolutely loved it. I'm really funny when it comes to Christmas. I will not let my family put presents under the tree until I've gone to bed on Christmas Eve, because I love the magical feeling of coming downstairs on Christmas morning and seeing the presents under the tree for the first time. Like, I'm such a big kid. My grandparents also stay over on Christmas Eve night because I refuse to not let them. Like I said, I'm 23, but I just absolutely love having them there. And it was actually, like, my family can be a bit intense, but they were actually alright. So it was just such a lovely day. And I got thoroughly spoiled. I got way more than I deserve. That's true. That's 100% true. Like, I don't care what anyone says. I don't deserve the amount I got, but I am so grateful. And like I said in my What I Got for Christmas video, I am working on putting parcels together for people who aren't as fortunate as me, or who just deserve a little treat, because I like to make people happy. So yeah, that was my year, or the highlights of my year. I hope you had a year as good as I did, and I really hope that 2018 is just as good, if not better, for me. I have a feeling 2018 is my year. I'm not entirely sure why or how it's going to happen, but I feel like it might. Watch nothing happen now and me look like an idiot, but there we go. So thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you, and subscribe if you did, and I will see you really soon with another video. Bye!